Hello friends, I'm Ramesh Panikar on behalf of KNA Kerala NEET Academy. Today we are discussing solution chapter. In solution, only important points we are discussing. Alright. Solution is of two types. One is true solution and one is colloidal solution. Solution can be divided into true solution and colloidal solution. A true solution is always homogeneous, whereas colloidal solution is slightly heterogeneous in nature. Alright. Depending upon the type of solvent, means the physical state of solvent, it can be divided into solid solutions if the solvent is solid, alright, or liquid solutions if the solvent is liquid, and gaseous solutions if the solvent is gas. Alright. So now comes colligative properties. Colligative properties. Properties of a solution. Properties of a solution which depend on number of solute particles, not on nature of solute particles. We have first relative lowering in vapor pressure. Second, we have elevation in boiling point, and third we have depression in freezing point, and fourth we have osmotic pressure. So main chunk is vapor pressure. Alright, vapor pressure. This is the pressure exerted by vapors over the surface of its liquid at equilibrium. Alright, this vapor pressure is affected by first nature of liquid. Like the question is which has highest vapor pressure. Alright, which has highest vapor pressure. We have, say suppose we have water. Alright, we have benzene. Alright, we have mercury, and we have say suppose hydrogen fluoride. Out of these we have to choose the liquid which has highest vapor pressure. So for highest vapor pressure, simply choose the molecule having least intermolecular attraction. In H2O and HF, the intermolecular attraction is hydrogen bond, whereas in mercury the interatomic attraction is metallic bond, and in benzene the intermolecular attraction is van der Waals attraction. This van der Waals attraction is least, therefore the rate of escaping tendency or evaporation tendency of benzene is maximum, so it will show highest vapor pressure, and mercury will show minimum vapor pressure. And highest is exhibited by benzene, then HF, then water, and then mercury shows the lowest vapor pressure. Like if we have some cases like HF, HCl, HF, HCl, HBr, and HI, which shows highest vapor pressure. Or if we have H2O, H2S, H2SC, H2TE, or we have ammonia, phosphine, arsine, and stibine. Highest vapor pressure means minimum boiling point, because vapor pressure is inversely proportional to boiling point. So we have to choose a substance which has lowest boiling point. So in 17th grip, the order of boiling point should follow this order because these are all covalent molecules. Alright, these are all covalent molecules. So since they are covalent molecules, the intermolecular attraction is van der Waal, and this van der Waal attraction is directly proportional to number of electrons. So on the basis of this should be the order, but HF shows exception because of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Its boiling point is maximum. So whose boiling point is minimum? HCl. And since boiling point is inversely proportional to vapor pressure, we can say HCl will show highest vapor pressure and HF will show lowest vapor pressure. Similarly, in 16th group hydride, this should be the order. Again, H2O shows exception. Alright, so H2S has a minimum boiling point, alright, and maximum vapor pressure, and minimum is exhibited by H2O. Similarly, here in 15th group hydrides, ammonia shows exception. The BP of ammonia lies between arsine and stibine. Alright, so the order follows this. Okay, so second factor, first is nature of liquid, second factor is temperature. With the increase in force of attraction, with the increase in temperature, what happens? If you look at a liquid molecule like H2O, we have hydrogen bond. With the increase in temperature, these bonds are broken. So with the breaking of these bonds, intermolecular attraction, the rate of escape or escaping tendency increases and vapor pressure increases. So with the increase in temperature, vapor pressure increases. So this is the second factor. Alright, the vapor pressure does not depend on surface area. So whether you take water in a cup or in a drum, vapor pressure will remain same. And the third factor is presence of foreign particles. Presence of foreign particles. Alright, so if you add some say sugar in water, alright, the vapor pressure decreases. The reason is these sugar particles, the solute particles, they occupy some of the surfacial positions. Like suppose these are water molecules, suppose water is solvent, and when you add sugar in it, some of the points, some of the surfacial positions are occupied by sugar particles. Obviously, what will happen? The number of solvent particles at surface will decrease. So with the decrease in number of solvent particles at surface, the vaporization will decrease and the vapor pressure will also decrease. So the formulas which you have to remember, one is PA is proportional to x of A, or PA is equal to P0A x of A. This is the basic relation if a non-volatile solute is dissolved in volatile liquid. Alright, so suppose the vapor pressure of water is 18 mm or 20 mm. Suppose vapor pressure of water is 18 mm and 20 mm, and vapor pressure of solution in water is suppose 15 mm. Alright, and we have to find out mole fraction of solute x of B we want to find out. So what we have to do, we have to use this relation PA is equal to P0A x of A. So it is 15, that is equal to 20, and x of A you have to calculate. So it is 15 by 20, that is 3 by 4 or 0.75. This is the mole fraction of solvent. This is x of A. So mole fraction of solute will become 0.25. Alright. So based on this, PA is proportional to x of A. you will be asked which has highest vapor pressure. Options are first 0.01 molar urea, second 0.1 molar urea, and third is 1 molar urea. Alright, so the point is PA is proportional to X of A. What is PA? Vapor pressure of liquid in solution, or vapor pressure of solution, you can say. So with the increase in solvent particles, what will happen? PA will increase. So, and we know that X of A plus X of B is equal to 1. So if X of A should increase, X of B should decrease. Alright. So in these three solutions, in which case we will be having highest number of solvent particles. So X of B and X of B, if you compare X of B in these three solutions, this is the order. So you can say X of A order will be this. Alright. So here we have maximum number of solvent particles, and if we have maximum number of solvent particles, that means we have maximum vapor pressure of solution. So the order of vapor pressure will be like this. Alright. With the increase in solute particles, vapor pressure decreases. Alright. Or with the increase in mole fraction of solvent, vapor pressure increases. So this is vapor pressure, and we have a relation, that is relative lowering in vapor pressure. PA is PA minus P0A. P0A minus PA upon P0A is equal to X of B. That is this is called relative lowering in vapor pressure. Alright. Relative lowering in vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Or you can also write P0A minus PA is equal to P0A X of B, or P0A minus PA is proportional to X of B. So one thing you should be careful. This is lowering in vapor pressure. Lowering in vapor pressure is proportional to mole fraction of solute. Alright. And relative lowering in vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. So you should be careful. So these relations are important. Alright, that is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Now in NCERT, this formula is given in you can use this relation also. P0A minus PA upon PA is equal to X of B. This will give you more correct answer. But since in NCERT this is not given, this is not related to lowering in vapor pressure, but this is not given in NCERT, so it is better to use this relation. Though means in this relation we assume that the solution is very dilute. Alright, and this relation you can use even in case of concentrated solution, you can use. Okay, and X of B is WB upon MB, and MA upon WA. Means from this you can find out molecular weight, etc. P0A minus PA upon, it is P0A, and like this, and you can also relate it to molality, P0A minus PA upon P0A, and if you take MA here, MA is molar mass of solvent, that is equal to, this is left is WB upon MB, and this is WA, and if you multiply both the parts by 1000, now look at this right hand side part, this is molality, so you get this relation, that is P0A minus PA upon P0A into MA into 1000 equal to molality. This is one relation you get. Alright, the question which we discussed, vapor pressure of a solution in water is say suppose 15 mm, all right, and vapor pressure of pure liquid is 20 mm, and suppose the question is find out molality. So this is 20 minus 15 upon 20 into 1000 is equal to molality. So this is 5 by 20 into 1000 equal to molality, or this is gone, and this is and this is 250. Molar mass is 250, molality is 250, highly concentrated solution. All right, one factor we have left, that is molar mass of this. So 250 divided by 18 is also there. So just solve this portion, and around 4 15 16 you get. All right, so this is one relation. All right, this is related to vapor pressure of solution when a non-volatile solute is dissolved in volatile liquid. All right, so next we will discuss